Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks free to the 25 to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 in the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning. On this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and I am fired up. Whew. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button. Now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. But if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, come on, man. Get with the program. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the bell right next to it. And that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. You get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching this or listening to us on our mobile app, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, man. You got to keep up with the Joneses and them. Or we have a mobile app. So wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't matter where you get your apps from, but just go there. Type in Sports Zone Chicago, and it doesn't matter where you get it from. iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, Weebles, Gold Blast. It doesn't matter. Go there, type in Sports Zone Chicago, download it. You take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles thanks to my man Clarence, Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Come on, man. We have our own Roku channel. Okay, so if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel right there, right to your television. Put it next to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Max, Apple, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. All right, just do it. Do it. Do it. All right, we'd appreciate it. Put us there. Put us right next to all the big boys. And guess what? When you can watch us on the big screen, hell, we're on the big screen right, Mickey, Ficky, now. You can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. Why is that acting all crazy? I have no idea. Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my other co-host, Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. And if you want to follow her on Instagram, because you're an IG and you do it just for the gram, we'll just follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. And we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll show up on the thread. I'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Nobody. I like the Rock said, baby, don't sing it, just bring it. Let's see who we got in the chat. Who's jumping? Because the chat's jumping already. Bruja 7 getting in there. Nice, baby. Happy Hall of Fame game victory Friday. You're there. Oh, snap. You're right. Thank you, Bruja. Yeah, hold on, player. Yeah. I don't know how I forget. Bruja, thank you. It's Bears Victory Chain Friday. Yes, baby, yes. What was I thinking? Bears Victory Chain Friday. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Bruja, thank you very much. Cornelius Squalls in the house. What up? That's my man. Oh, my man, Armando Emeterio. Lara Junior. Big Junior's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Be Smooth is in the house. What's up, baby? How are you, Dern? Rashawn Wall's in the house. What's up? I feel good. TGIF, baby. Bears win. That's what we're talking about, baby. That's what I like. I like it a lot. Levette Lee, good morning, mama. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Chris Pena in the house. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love and support. And listen, I don't know a lot about a lot. Oh, man. Aunt Moss in the house. Bear down, baby. Bear the freak down. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good. You know what? My man Plank in the house. Good morning, baby. Bear down, Plank. Listen, we all know that it was not starters. We all know it was guys who are fighting for roster spot. We know that. But it's just good to have freaking Bears football back. I didn't like the opening drive. We'll talk about that. It's just good to have Bears football back. I like this new kickoff thing. It's going to create a lot of scores, a lot of touchdowns. You have one good block or two good blocks, create a seam, and we're gone. So we're going to see this. But listen, I don't know a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. Man, we're gonna get started early today at 9:30. My man Emilio Bucks is going to join us. Talk a little baseball. Talk some Olympics. It's going to be good. Fired up for that. Then at 10 o'clock, my man Evan Winter from A to Z Sports is going to join us. We're going to talk Bears football. Talk about what he saw yesterday, what he liked. Is Brett Ripien, did he make the team because of that performance yesterday? What about Colin Johnson? All right, he drops the first pass that was a tough catch, but if you're an NFL receiver, you need to make that catch. He drops that one, and next thing you know, it goes on and gets two touchdowns the remainder of the game. I was like, okay, way to make up for your mistakes. I like it. I liked it a lot. So good stuff for Colin Johnson. So Emilio Plunks at 9:30. And then at 10 o'clock, Evan Winter is going to join us. Brian, yeah, it did. And then it rained too, because there were a lot of slippages, a lot of people slipping on that field yesterday. The first touchdown the Bears gave up, number 49 was it? Slipped, tight end caught it, skipped right into the end zone, so that was frustrating. James Ford, what's up, Papa? How are you? And Moss, I think high school does use it. Because, let's be honest, the only time the NFL really uses that is for the Hall of Fame game. So they don't have any other exhibition games there. I do believe it is a high school stadium, a high school field. But come on, you need to make sure that you have that shit up and running and ready to go. But like I said, it rained. So there was a lot more slip sliding early on than I thought. I was mad at the linebackers, and I was like, oh. I saw a couple other people slip too. I said, all right, you're lucky. You get a pass. But anyway. Well, listen, we got to get moving. We got to get moving. So, you guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
She won't come just when you want it.
Oh.
She won't come
Top of the morning.
just when you want it.
Well, that's just odd.
She won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
I don't know what that was all about, but hey, that's okay. First top of the morning topic. Let's see. Which way do we go? All right, you people. Cubs. There you go. Big win yesterday. The Cubs walk off their arch rival St. Louis Cardinals 5-4 yesterday. Imanaga gets the no decision. He went 6 2/3, 10 hits, 4 earned runs, 7 punch outs. Cody Bellinger was 2 for 4 with a double, his 16th of the year. He also cranked out a homer, his 11th of the year, driving in his 42nd run on the season. Dansby Swanson was 2 for 3 with a double, his 16th, driving in his 33rd and 34th runs of the year. Mitsu Suzuki, 2 for 4 with a homer, his 16th, driving in his 53rd. And Michael Tauchman walked it off. He was 1 for 1 in a pinch hitting role, a double, his 11th, driving in the game-winning and his 20th run of the season. It was a win that they needed. It was really, really got the fans going. Got the fans going, and that's a good thing. All right, if the Cubs are trying to make any movement or run at a playoff spot, they can't. They got to keep winning these games. You got not just win series. You're gonna have to sweep a lot more. You got to have to win almost all your series, but you're gonna have to get a couple sweeps in there as well. All right, we'll just stay with the Cubs. The Cubs host the Cardinals again today. All right, first pitch is at 1:20. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network. Okay, or you can listen to it on their flagship 670 AM. Eric Petty, former Chicago White Sox, he's on a bump for the Cardinals. He's 7-4 with a 3.11 ERA going up against Javier Assad for the Cubs. He's 5-3 with a 3.23 ERA. Boop. The next top of the morning topic, the White Sox, baby. The White Sox look to end their 17-game losing streak as they travel to the Twin Cities tonight to face the Twinkies. The Twins, the first pitch is at 7:10 p.m. Central Time. Catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago. Or you can listen to it on the flagship station, AM 1000. Davis Martin is on the bump for the White Sox. He's 0-0 with a 3.38 ERA going up against Joe Ryan for the Twinkies, who's 6-7 with a 3.69 ERA. We got to break this schneid. We got to get off the schneid. It's embarrassing. Although I don't know if I'd be okay if we went to 20. No, I don't want to go to 20. That's just too. It's embarrassing as it is, man. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, let's just end it. Let's end it so we can start another losing streak. Oh, my man, Black Diamond in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a minute. You got a live arm. Brett got a live arm. He does. I like it. But he's also 28. He'll be 28 when the season starts. He's been in the system. I like it. I like it. I want him around. I think they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks. Actually, they can keep 3 quarterbacks. One of them won't count. And they keep him on the 53-man roster, on the game day roster. I think him and Bajan will be perfect backups. You heard me say that earlier. So I like it. Yeah, he looked good. Colin Johnson, you know what? Good stuff, Papa. Trust me, it's going to be tough to get in that room, get on the field, get some playing time. But there'll be a point in time, if you make the team, that you're going to have to show out. So, but what you did, you put some good tape out there for someone else, all right? I got that. I got carried away there. I don't even know where the hell that was. Next top of the morning topic, you know it, baby. You know it. The Bears beat the Houston Texans 21-17. The Hall of Fame game yesterday in Canton, Ohio. Brett Ripien, 11 for 15. No, that was a mistake. Oh, goodness. I messed up on the goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I hate when I do that. Yeah, I messed up on that one. Son of a biscuit. So Brett Ripien didn't have 116 yards. He had 166. That's the problem. There we go. Sorry, it looked funny when I was about to read it. Brett Ripien, the journeyman, he's 11 for 15 for 166 yards, 3 tutties, and a 148.9 quarterback rating. Khalil Herbert, 4 carries for 35 yards. And Colin Johnson, OG Colin Johnson, 3 receptions. So all my OG Bobby Johnson fans know what I'm talking about. He had 3 receptions, and that was the crazy part. 3 receptions, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns. Excellent, excellent, excellent day for that young man, and I wish him the best. As I was saying earlier, if he can't find his way on the field with the Bears, believe you me, there may be some other teams calling after that performance yesterday. And you know what? Good luck to him. Good luck to him. It's you just want to see people take advantage of their opportunities. You know, some people aren't fortunate enough to get an opportunity like that that he has. A lot of politics involved. He's got it, and I hope he makes the most of it. I hope he's able to, if not make this Bear squad, then make another squad. All right? Yeah. I want him. I really, really want that young man to do well. What did you guys think? All right? Oh, I gotta go back to the chat. See, Steve-O, told you, do not trade Khalil Herbert, because you heard the rumors too throughout, didn't you, Cornelius, about that? Faye Wood, and I like CJ. I'm not sure where. Levette Lee, do not blaspheme on this show. Do not blaspheme on this show. Don't do it. Oh, man. Oh, Jeremiah's watching. Good morning, mijo. Jeremiah's in the house. Good morning. James Ford in the house. Yes. See, the only thing about that brouhaha, because he's 6'6", I don't know how much, if you can hide his ass on the practice squad. I don't know. You know, he had a nice game yesterday, and he had a nice game. So here's the thing that I like. They understand, and trust me, they knew that they were playing. They knew that the starters were not playing long before Matt Eberflus told us. Okay. So they realized this is an opportunity for them to get a heck of a lot of snaps. And that's how you do it in this league. You maximize the amount of snaps you get. All right. Anything on the field, snaps, plays. You want plays. You want all that stuff on film. He took advantage of it big time. He took advantage of that big time, and I'm proud of him. Happy for Colin Johnson, OG Colin Johnson. Sorry, I keep. Leo Factor, good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yes, I would like to see Herbert on a kick return as well. You're reading my mind. Reading my mind. That kick return's funky. I like it, though. I like it a lot. You know, I like the fact that it's 8 guys, this, you know, within 5 yards or 9. You got to have 9 up in there, the zone. 5 yards apart, boom. You create a wedge, and I don't know if you can cross block. Like, instead of the guy here, I'll go get my next guy. This guy's going to come around and, you know, like an X block. We're going to see a lot of touchdowns on that. And I wonder who. And I wonder if Devin Hester's record is going to stand if they keep this kickoff format. If they keep this kickoff format, that record could be broken soon. All right, Armando, I agree. The D-line was underwhelming. And the thing that I wanted to see I want to see one of the defensive linemen step up. I want to see one of the defensive linemen be a real problem. All right. And I didn't see that yesterday. I was disappointed. Very disappointed. I want to see a guy who's ready to take the next step in this rotation and be a meaningful piece in that rotation. I didn't see that yesterday. Luckily, it's only preseason game 1. What did they get to camp a little over a week ago? So 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Was it 2 weeks ago today? So I'm not too concerned. Okay. But I was hoping I'd see someone, whether it be Dominique Robinson, whether it be Booker, somebody I would love to have seen kind of step up and make some noise. Yeah. Well, the next topic I want to topic. Now, this is an interesting one. We talked about this before. We haven't talked about it in a while. Not in a while. Looking for it. Here it is. This top of the morning topic is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, Judge, if you recall, a couple of weeks ago, I reported on the lawsuit that the NFL lost. Okay. It was an antitrust lawsuit. Okay. Where'd you go? Where did I just had it? I can't believe that here we go. Oh, that's right. I did it yesterday. So this is an article in The Athletic by Amos Morale III. Okay. And a federal judge has overturned the verdict in a class action lawsuit against the NFL filed on behalf of the Sunday Ticket subscribers, according to multiple reports on Thursday, with the latest decision marking a victory for the NFL. Oh, tu madre, come on. You know, I was trying to read it from there, and I got to read it from my... That really annoyed me. Oh, goodness. But anyway, in a nutshell, the judge reversed the decision and gave the victory to the NFL. Billions of dollars were going to be NFL was going to have to pay, but I'm sure this thing's not over. I'm almost positive it's not over. But for the meantime, the NFL has a league. Trust me, the NFL is powerful. I'm sure they have a couple of judges in their pocket. Call me crazy. I don't know. But anyway, $1 billion lawsuit doesn't surprise me one bit. But listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome our first guest, Emilio Bucks. We're going to talk a little baseball. Talk a little Olympics, too. Little Simone Biles, Kate Ledecky. Man, because them some goats right there, boy. Let's not get all pre-concerned or too concerned with the men. We got some women who are out here doing that thing. Okay? Uh-oh. There you go. So do me a favor. Keep it locked right here. Emilio Bucks is coming up next here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
few will earn the title United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings. I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
And there she is, already with medals here at this meet.
Take your marks.
And Amy, as Ledecky and Grimes dive in.
It is absolutely unbelievable. Her dominance is something that we may never see again in our lifetime.
Ledecky still in control. Her winning here in the prelim in no doubt as Ledecky surges here towards the finish. Again, the world record holder working towards the wall and taking the heat win. 15:47.43 seconds for Katie Ledecky.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago, the video courtesy of NBC. It's Katie Ledecky, the swimmer. She is the GOAT. Oh my goodness, this lady is unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, you get there when you have Olympics have been pretty fun to watch and exciting for so many different reasons. All right. Katie Ledecky wins her 13th. 13th. Are you kidding me? All right. 13th medal. That's insane. Her 13th, she has 8 golds, 4 silvers, and 1 bronze. She's the most decorated woman in swimming history. And don't get me wrong, Simone Biles is dope too. She's another GOAT. She's another freak of nature. Well, they can't judge you because you're the only one who can do a move that you created. Like, don't do that anymore. It's not fair. It's not fair. That black girl magic's got to stop. That's just some dope shit. And nothing more, nothing less. Oh, man. But my next guest is a good friend of the program. I can't wait to talk to him because we got to set up our day. Meet up at Sox Park. We're going to go get those tickets real cheap. Make sure it's a good promotion day. And I'll bring my flask again, Papa. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. Man, he's at a Plunked podcast, a Chicago Clubhouse Network. You can find him on Twitter at ebucks76. Guys, just welcome back to Shawn and Maya, my man Emilio Bucks. Emilio, what's up, Papa? How are you?
What's going on, my brother? How are you?
I'm good. Wait, whoa. We're not 75. What the hell's that? See, when you got fat fingers and shit, you're. I had your Twitter had an ebuck75. It's gonna be looking for where's you 75?
76, baby. I'm not that old. 76 is the year of the birth.
All right. I thought you did it for Mongo McMichael. Okay, never mind. I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you.
For Mongo too, going into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Steve McMichael.
Yeah, let's talk a little baseball, very little baseball, because it's disgusting and embarrassing. We'll talk a little Olympics too. Your thoughts when they traded Eloy? Your thoughts?
Man, it was my immediate feelings were kind of just like sadness, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointment, just a reminder of like what could have been, what we thought what should have been. Like the team has been getting broken up for some time now, but like, Eloy was like, he was the spirit of that 2020, 2021 team. Even with his injuries, he was really like the spirit of the team and of that movement. And so it just felt like with him getting moved, it was like, oh man, this thing is really over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's no more hey mom, no more the red batting gloves. I see other guys wearing the red batting gloves now, but like
that's his thing. That's his thing.
He started it, the half button jersey,
Dude, here's some
swinging.
You want to hear something funny? So for my birthday, I was it was the week before. A buddy of mine had a party at a boat, and so I wore a button-down shirt. I had a long sleeve shirt. I knew I was going to roll it up, but I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know how I was going to be on the lake because I was cooler over there. So I get there and I was like, "Yeah, it's warm." So I had my shirt unbuttoned down to like one little bit over my belly button. I'm like, "Who am I? Who am I?" And one of my guys, he knew what I was doing. He's like, "Eloy." I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah. Rocking the Eloy, showing that chest. Yeah, man. So like just a reminder of again what could have been,
Yeah.
and
and that's the sad part, man. That's the sad part. And I went on a little rant last week, and this is all Reinsdorf's fault. That decision was the decision to bring in Tony La Russa screwed this all up.
Absolutely.
Screwed this all up. I said, and the fact is, and I'm gonna beat this drum till I die, is you bring in Ozzy after Rick Renteria, this is a whole different thing.
Even if the window was smaller than we hoped, because I think the window was smaller than we had hoped due to injuries and maybe a little underperformance, but they should have been able to take advantage of those 2 years where they were in the, you know what I mean? And they just weren't able to. They brought in the old man. Nothing against Tony La Russa and his age, and I don't mean to be about ageism and all of that, but you didn't bring in the right guy for the job, and you wasted your short window. I mean, this is athletics. There's no guarantee of a long window for anything.
Yeah.
And Jerry Reinsdorf, he drank the Rick Hahn Kool-Aid about like how long he had these guys locked in for, and we got time, we got years, and it just didn't pan out that way. And we blew our shot. The small window closed, and now here we are in another rebuild, and this is looking like a long, sickly rebuild.
Man, who you telling? It is very embarrassing. 17 in a row. Chance to make it 18. I was like, bumping, make it even 20. Why not?
Why not? Break the record. Go for records. You know what I mean? Like, if do something good. If you're gonna lose, then
Something
be
memorable.
the best at it. Yeah, be the best at losing. Be the best at something for once.
You know, and that's the thing. Like it's gotten so bad. Like I have, and the thing is, like we don't have a lack of talent. That's the issue. You know, that's the thing
Yeah,
that got me. Like, what the hell's going on? You got Andrew Benintendi, you had Eloy, you had Lou Bob, you got Vaughn, you got Sheets. Okay, like all those guys, and then even in the rotation wasn't pitching that bad.
and
You know,
even you
it's not
had Paul DeJong who was
the
hitting,
young.
and you had Tommy Pham who was hitting in spurts. Like,
Yeah,
there's no reason this team should be this bad. You know, with
but
the guys that we had on this team, or even still have, there's no reason this team should be this bad. Like, it's unexcusable. And I look at Pedro Grifal completely on this. Like, there's no way this should be this bad,
but
historically bad.
but to me, bro, it's like I don't even look at him. This is Getz. Or yeah, this is Rick Getz, or actually, Getz didn't hire him. What's his name hired him? Rick Hahn. Didn't Rick Hahn hire him last year? Or
Uh,
before because they got fired last year. So Rick Hahn hired him
yeah,
before.
yeah,
So,
before,
so that's not. It's not even him. Like he's in over his head. Like
yeah,
you again. Here's another
everybody
thing.
is
You know, don't bring in a rookie manager with a struggling veteran team. Remember how many times did we say that?
exactly.
You know, which is exactly why I demanded. I was screaming from the rooftops, Ozzy, bring in Ozzy. Ozzy can control this. Ozzy can do this.
Yeah,
All right, and they for whatever
Ozzy
reason,
can get through to your boy Moncada.
well, whenever he comes back,
Ozzy could have probably gotten Tim in order before he went off the rails.
you know what it
You know what I
seemed though,
mean?
Emilio? It seemed like Tim was trying to please Tony La Russa, and I think Tony La Russa was trying to please Tim. Like they wanted. It seemed to me like they're forcing it to work. Like, all right, well, he's old. We're not going to make it. You know, they said we're not. Our styles are different, so I'm going to force it. And I don't think that worked. I think Tim needed to be Tim. I think Tony needed to give him a little more rope than he probably would have wanted to because of his style. And it's a new era, and it just didn't work. And that's the thing that's so frustrating. I think they try to force it too much. And if you force something and it's not organic, it's not going to last at all.
I think another issue became Abreu leaving really
That hurt.
the team as well, especially
Yes.
for the Latino ball players. You know, I think Abreu also like a spirit identity guy for this team, and losing him hurt. And now to think he's not even with the team, he's DFA'd, and Tim is DFA'd, and it's just,
dude, what the hell
it's just
happened?
incredible how this thing just fell apart so quickly and so tragically. I don't know what
It's like
happened.
an ice cube in the desert is how fast this thing
Yeah,
disintegrated.
yeah,
Like
man,
Abreu gone, TA gone, Yo-Yo is
gone.
literally gone. Still collecting a check, but he's gone.
Yeah.
Eloy gone, and all these guys, all the talent they have. Kopech gone. Like man,
Giolito.
there you go. Like man, it's embarrassing, and this is again. Here's why I have my shirt. All right,
That's right.
coaching matters, and
Absolutely.
if you don't, and this is the type of guy, and I don't even want to do that no more because it hurts, man. We just got to set a date, and it will.
Yeah, we still got to get out there. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, TA gone, Berger gone, all those guys. Is that the whole infield? No, except the third baseman. No, Vaughn. No, Abreu. Yo-Yo's hurt. We didn't even know who the hell the second baseman was.
We had Magical for a minute.
He's gone.
He's gone. We never addressed second base after we traded Magical.
Yeah, true.
We never quite had the right fielder. Had AJ Pollock for a minute. He was decent. They just never had brought the right coach in to pull this thing together. I mean, they
So
had
what's your
pieces. They
thought,
had
bro?
talent.
So what's your thoughts now? This talk about AJ Prziski being the manager. What's your thought on that?
I'm usually against managers with absolutely zero experience. See Robin Ventura, see David Ross, and so on. But hell, I'm at a point where I'm desperate for some identity and for somebody to show some passion and some fire out there on that field. And there's not one player that's showing any passion or fire. The manager sure in the
Okay,
hell
point.
isn't showing any passion or fire. So AJ will. He's a White Sox. He's a face of the organization. He can bring some identity. He can bring some toughness. He can bring some nastiness that this team needs. I don't. It's going to take more than AJ to start to turn this thing around, or it's going to take more than Tony La Russa in his prime to turn this thing around right now, just based on the guys we have and the horses that we're putting out there every day. But yeah, man, I'm okay with it with the AJ hire. I'm all for it. What do you think?
I don't like it because send him to the minors for a year. Give me something. You know what I mean? Now you're going to get another rookie manager without experience. He hasn't even been on the bench. At least Pedro's been a bench coach. You know what I mean? And Pedro's been on, but he got passed. I mean, he got passed over, and it seems like like AJ is as controversial as he was. I think he's easily would be a company guy. Easily fall in line with what they want. Easily because he's new.
Mm-hmm.
He's new. So now you're getting another puppet for these guys to control. And
I hear you.
Again, this is just it's infected all the way up to the top because how can you continue to give someone Chris Getz? Our minor league system sucked. After Rick Hahn made all those trades and got all those people and brought them all up, Lubab, Yo-Yo, Eloy, TA, we didn't rebuild that farm system. There's literally nobody that we developed. So, and then you put him in charge of the majors, the whole team. I mean,
he got rewarded with the head job. Yeah.
So,
but that's your boy. That's your boy Reinsdorf. I mean, look,
my
man.
boy.
Look, man. We could talk. We could talk coaches all day. We can talk GMs all day, even players all day. But man, we know the real problem is the big man upstairs in that suite. But there's nothing we can do about that.
Nope.
You know
Except
what I
not
mean?
go. And the only problem is they've been giving away some really nice giveaways this year.
I know. I've been noticing that.
Saturday they had the Bill Belichick type sweatshirt with the short sleeves, the hoodie. I was like, oh snap!
Okay.
I didn't go get it, but
and I still want that campfire milkshake.
And that's still dope. That's still dope.
That's the MVP this year, I guess.
Yeah. You saw the Olympics. I assume you've been watching some of the Olympics and stuff.
I've been watching a bit.
Give me your thoughts on. First, we'll go with the GOAT herself, and Simone Biles. Talk to me about her and how she's just doing a damn thing, man.
I love it, man. She's setting precedents and breaking the mold and like you said, like she's doing shit that they don't even know how to judge. It's like, what was that you did? Like
that's a quadruple Lindy.
Yeah, right. Keep it coming. I think it's amazing. I love that she is, she's taking the stage and running with it. She's excelling on the biggest stage in the world, and you love to see that. And hey, she's got Chicago ties now because of her husband. And so we'll be seeing her on the sidelines at some games, and it's great. It's been a great story.
Yeah, I love it. And then for some reason I didn't know her backstory. I even before when she was winning gold medals before this, I didn't know her backstory. And then come to find out she was in foster care and the foster system, and I was like, holy cow! And that even endeared me to her even more. I just thought that was awesome. Her resiliency to come out of a situation like that. Another athlete that I talked about right before is Katie Ledecky. Now she's the most decorated women's swimmer in ever. Like,
Was that
oh,
crazy or what? Like she was alone in the frame for like most
yes,
of the race. It was
it's like
where are the other swimmers?
she warming up by herself. What's going on? She snuck in before everyone else. Like that wasn't
Like,
even
is this
fair.
practice?
Like,
What is this? How's
like
she
I
by
want to test her
herself?
for steroids, dude. Like I
Yeah.
want to test her for steroids. Like, how do you do that to a
How are
field
these
of the best in the
athletes
world?
how are these athletes getting more athletic? Like, is it evolution is still continuing and athletes are getting stronger and faster and everything? And I don't know what's going on, man.
Dude, so again, we're joined by Emilio Bucks from the Plunk podcast, talking little baseball, talking little Olympics right now here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Give me your thoughts on that boxing thing with that dude who identifies as a woman, got and won that match, and the girl just quit on the side of the first minute, and she said, "Man, I'd never been hit that hard in my life."
Well, I don't know all of the details. It's to my understanding that she's not trans. She is a woman. That's what my understanding is. And so I'll leave it at that. Um, what the Italian lady did, saying I've never been hit that hard. Like, well, that was crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I. So apparently she was a woman. I don't know if she just identified. She was a man. She identified. She's biologically she's a man. So I don't know if she got it snipped off and shoved inside yet, or if it was still hanging out. What I don't know where she stands, because now if you just identify, you're okay. But I don't. I think there's no place in that in sports for that, and that's a shame. You get women who train, and I have nothing against that. If that's how you want to live your life, go ahead. But it's a complete disadvantage to other people, because this girl's trained her whole life for this moment to box other women, and you got to box a dude. And I don't give a damn what people say. All right, that she's trans, she's this, that. The strength factor is completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. There's no chance.
I'll just say there's a lot of there's more to it than that, and there's a lot of miseducation about this topic out there, and there's a lot of good information about this topic out there. If people did a little bit more research, I don't think this would be as big of a deal. It's a slippery slope. If she was biologically a man and lived her life as a man physically up through her teen years, then yeah, I don't think that that's fair for her to then compete in women's sports. But then if she's done something where she's done hormone blockers, and she's biologically, chemically doesn't have the same strength as a man's. And, again, it's a slippery slope. I don't know all of the details of this fighter, so I won't speak freely about it. It's a tough thing. Even, this is a topic that people don't want, that are kind of tiptoeing around, and it's time we talk about it. Whether we agree on it or not, it's time we just normalize it. And yes, I do think there needs to be still some fairness when it comes to competition. Just like I
Bro,
think
I'm okay with, again, if that's how you want to live your
I
life and do that to you, to yourself,
yeah,
cool.
but
But
I
then they,
understand the slope when you start talking about competing,
so
men
for
versus
me,
women. I think that needs to be addressed a little bit closer with a bigger magnifying glass, and that information needs to be a little bit more open and publicly talked about. Like this woman, or her, how she identifies herself as a woman, so I'll call her a woman. Like more should have been presented about her case, and this should have been used as more of an opportunity to educate people. And I think they held certain things back. And again, there's misinformation out there about it, and
bro, I have no
yeah.
problem with, if you decided as an Olympic committee, like we'll have trans Olympics, I am more than okay with that. I am more than
Mhm.
okay with that, because even though you may be taking estrogen, you're still bigger. You're still going to be bigger and stronger because you're
Mhm.
training. All right, your DNA biologically, you're a man.
Right.
You're a man, and biologically, we're stronger than women. Physics, period. It's just the nature of the beast. It's just a matter of fact, and that's why I'm like, for me, it's like, no, that's an unclear advantage. So now, if you want to have a section for people who have been who decided to become trans, or
Transitioning.
cool, yeah, cool, no
Mhm.
problem. I have more than okay with that.
Yeah.
But make it fair, make it an even playing field, because
Yeah.
that's
I'm all about, sports to me is one of the last places where, the cream rises to the top, you know what I mean? And so I think it
yeah.
needs to remain
But all the playing field has to be level.
fair.
You know what I
It needs to
mean?
be
Yeah.
level. Well, I don't agree with Bronny James being on the Lakers either.
Really?
But that because
Why not?
I don't think he really earned that spot.
He didn't.
But yeah.
He didn't. But then
Yeah.
again,
So
I'm okay with it, because of it.
we can agree to disagree on
Yeah, we
that.
can. But that's the cool thing, is we're adults. So like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be like, oh, Emilio sucks. He's an idiot. No, we
Right,
agree
of
to agree.
course.
My point is this: like, it happens in the corporate world all the time.
It does.
Look at Jerry Jones's his front office.
I
The
mean,
vice president, his son, his daughter. You know what I
have
mean?
become presidents on it. I get it. I get how nepotism works, but that doesn't make it right.
Correct. It
And
doesn't.
I'm not gonna be like, oh well, because it happens over here that it's okay over here, because that's how I look at sports. Sports was one of the last
Yeah.
places where that type of nepotism, I mean, wasn't blatant like this. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Look,
I
I
just
come out
felt
of
it
them.
was good, bro. I just felt it's finally, we're at a point where, you know, someone like us has that influence, has that ability. Because hell, Mike could. I mean, man, if Mike wanted to, Mike could have got his son on at least on a team for 1 year.
I mean, he definitely could have got him on one of those Hornets teams, I guess, or Bobcats teams at the time.
Bobcats.
I mean, it would, but that's Mike. Mike's not gonna
Right?
do
No.
that. He's dedicated to the art of competition, and he's
Right.
not gonna do that.
So yeah, I just think it's fine. It was good to see finally someone that we're able to have that influence. And I agree with you. There's no argument here that he did not deserve that spot. He's not the most talented. He doesn't. All right, but it's for me, it's just good to see that someone, a black man, has that ability to say, hey, here's my son, you're going to draft him. And when he really truly doesn't deserve it, because he's not that good. He's not NBA good. He might be NBA good, but he got to go to the G League for a little bit.
He's not right now.
Yeah, not right now. You got to go to G League for a little bit. But that's the only reason that I'm okay with it. And plus, how many times we've seen Busters on it? Like, dude, why is this dude even got on the roster? You know what I mean? He could be that dude.
Absolutely. And he will be that dude. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of, when we talk about competition and we talk about absolute fairness, I could take a hands-off approach to it because I'm not an athlete like that. But, like, if I would have dedicated my life to playing ball and, and being an athlete where, the cream rises to the top, and then somebody jumps over you, like, I wouldn't be cool with that. Like, I get it. I get LeBron is a powerful black man, global phenomenon, and I'm proud of LeBron and his accomplishments. Don't get me wrong. And there are many doors he has opened for other blacks and other black children. But I thought there's a line that's crossed, when it comes to sports and competition is all, but, it is what it is. I don't dislike Bronny James. I wish him the best. I hope he does turn out to be a pro. So this wasn't all for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, we'll see what happens.
Emilio, great stuff, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Do me a favor before you go. Let everyone know where they can find you and your work online.
You can catch me on Twitter at X at ebucks76, the number 76. And you can catch me on Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Central on Plunked. We are part of the Chicago Clubhouse Network.
Excellent, buddy. Excellent. Let's look at the promotion. So at least when we go, we'll get a promotion and we'll get drunk. Have a drink.
We'll politic.
Hey, you know what? What day was that? They got the Chicago American Giants jersey coming out. It's African American Heritage Night. It's coming up soon. Perfect. It's like a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a Tuesday or Wednesdays during the week. I'll get the date and then I'll let you know, and that'll be good because they're giving away Chicago American Giants t-shirts, which would be dope.
Definitely, that would be dope.
All right, cool, man. Hey, thanks
Always
again, man.
Pleasure,
I appreciate
brother.
it.
Thank
Likewise.
you for having me. Appreciate
All right,
you, bro.
Thank you, guys. That's Emilio Bucks from the Chicago Plunk podcast. Talking White Sox, which we didn't talk very much because there's no need to talk about them, and might as well just slit our wrists. Cubs, we didn't talk that because I know Cub fans are pissed. I know they walked off yesterday, but man, they're an embarrassment as well. My Cub fan friends are pissed. It's gotten so bad that we don't even talk shit to each other anymore. Like we're both in last place in our divisions. Like we can't. Like you suck more. Because I posed a question the other day: what team is worse? The White Sox weren't supposed to be good, and they're embarrassingly bad. But the Cubs were supposed to vie for the division, and they're in last. They stole the manager from the team that they were trying to beat in the division, and they're in last. I don't know. They're equally yoked. They're equally horseshit, and so that's why we didn't talk. And we talked Olympics. But listen, let's take a quick break because on the other side of the break, we're going to switch to gears and talk a little football. We had a little football, baby. I was fired up yesterday, and I know. Listen, when I say fired up, I know the starters weren't playing, although they did warm up. That was pretty dope. They warmed up in uniforms and everything, and then they went back in the locker room and take all that shit off. Take it off. You're not even going to think about playing. So, but it was good to see them there. And, but I liked what I saw. We got a little taste of football. Got a new look at that new kickoff routine. That's interesting. So let's talk, and we're going to talk to my man, Evan Winter, on the other side. So don't go anywhere. This is going to be a quick one, about a minute, a little over a minute. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys.
Second down and 7 for Rippon. Hangs in and finds his tight end. That's a catch and a fumble. Tommy Sweeney. And then able to get back on top of it. Been undrafted out of college, was with the Broncos, and then bounced around last year. Herbert is able to take it down inside the 30.
Was really built around trying to run the football, and I don't think they're going to stray too far from that this year either.
Wide open for a touchdown. It's Colin Johnson.
Rippon knowing exactly where he's going with the ball. I mean, that's just a good setup. They've been running that route with these guys. The fee would have been great with this new kickoff rule as a kicker.
What a catch! I agree. But what a catch by Colin Johnson.
Back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of, depending on what channel you watched it, ESPN, ABC, ESPN Plus. It was on all three of those platforms. Hall of Fame game yesterday, baby. It was good. It was good. And football was back, man. That's all it was. That's all I cared about. You know, it's like, you know what that is? That's like, this is the opening act. You know, like I went to go see Carlos Santana last Friday, a week ago today, matter of fact. And obviously he's the headliner, Carlos Santana, freaking living legend. But the Counting Crows opened for him. And I like the Counting Crows. You know, a lot of people do. So it was like opening act, like that was good. You know, they sang all the popular songs. I was happy. Got me fired up for Carlos Santana. And and that show was phenomenal. That's kind of what yesterday was like. That was like the Counting Crows yesterday. For me. And Carlos Santana is coming up in a couple of weeks, in about a month. Let's bring out my guy, man. He's with A to Z Sports, man. He covers the Bears. You can follow him on Twitter or at X at Evan _ATOZ, A to Z. Guys, welcome back. Evan Winter. Evan, what's up, Papa? Good morning.
What's up? The chain is back, man. I'm so happy to see it. Hey, and you're absolutely right.
Friday.
Last night's like when you go to the restaurant, it's like a 6-course meal and they just keep bringing out the food once you're done. Yeah, like last night's like the very, very first dish, but we all know it's leading to that fabulous entree that we're all just going to devour here in a few weeks. So good to see you, man. Hope all is well.
Things are good, man. Things are really good, especially Bears Victory Chain Friday. I like it. I like it a lot. I almost forgot until someone posted in the comments. I'm like, oh shit, oh damn, how could I forget? Like bad Shawn. But
hopefully there'll be plenty more opportunities to wear it this year. So
yeah, I mean, I only want like 13 more or 14 more. That's all. I'm not asking a lot.
Yeah, nothing big.
So the Stars didn't play, although they did warm up. There was plenty of video of them. Caleb Williams and all those guys are all dressed in uniform and everything. They came out, then they went back in. Like they got all their stuff taken, helmets. And they all like I don't even want you to even consider going out there. So the second teamers, and again, I took it with a grain of salt just because they look good. I liked them. But talk to me about Brett Ripien. He looked good, man. He looked really good when he came in. I'm not too worried about Tyson Bagent because he's learning this the nuances of this. I don't know if I want to say new offense, but just kind of a couple different maybe a different philosophy of this offense. But Ripien has been part of this offense, which is why he knew where to go. Talk to me about how you like or your thoughts on Ripien and his ability to make quick decisions and hit the wide open guy, and talk to me about his performance.
Yeah. So, and real quick, back to the Tyson Bagent thing. Yeah, I think also him only being in for the first drive. I mean, that kind of shows right there that the Bears have confidence in him as their number 2. And I think why Ripien got the extended playing time. A, it was the Hall of Fame game, obviously, but B, like you said, he knows the offense. So getting him those practice reps now or on field reps now they have film for Caleb Williams and Tyson to look over and kind of see how it gets executed, the nuances and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I obviously got to love what Brett did. I mean, 7 of 9 for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. The ball placement, especially on the sideline throw to Colin Johnson, was there. It was accurate. He had his arm was, it was full go at full go. So overall, really, really pleased. And, he showed good command of the offense, which is the key thing right now, just for any team learning a new offense, or like you said, slightly new offense. You just want to see cohesion and command right now. You want to see guys executing. You don't want to see false starts. You don't want to see missed blocks, stuff like that. So, as long as they're showing that on the first game of the entire preseason, A in my book, I would say at the end of the day.
Did you want starters to play at all?
It's in the context of the Hall of Fame game. No, I don't think it's a huge deal. At the end of the day, I personally think it would have been and I think here's the thing too. Let me take a slight step back. Is you don't know how long that first drive is going to go, right? Like it could last 3 plays. It could be a 12-play drive, which is probably you would give Caleb Williams probably 10 to 12 snaps in the first preseason game. So ultimately, I personally wouldn't put them out there just because, and the same thing goes for the defense. You don't know if the opposing team, if their first offensive drive is going to go 3 plays or 12 plays. So I think just for that circumstance, just avoiding that in general, I personally would keep them off for the Hall of Fame game.
All right. One of the few times that you and I are on different sides of the fence, because I definitely would have played them. I would have played them a quarter,
So why is that?
Reps. All right. There's nothing like live game time reps. There's nothing like it. You can do 100%. That in practice. And there's ways you can mitigate, him getting hit. All right. Like I'm throwing hitches, I'm throwing curls, I'm throwing slants, I'm throwing crossers, I'm throwing swing passes. This is it. I'm throwing tight end pops. Like I'm not sitting back there reading first read, second read, third read, fourth read, check down. No. It's a quick hitch. It's a quick. Even as much as I hate saying the word wide receiver screen, I throw a quick screen to a wide receiver just to get the ball out of his hand. I want him practicing that, practicing cadence, practicing inflection of his voice, practicing all that against somebody new, not your guys. And that's all. And like I said, it's, his jersey wouldn't even have been dirty.
No, yeah. And I totally get that. I mean, and I totally get not wanting to say wide receiver screen after having Luke Getsy the last 2 years, but I totally understand that. I mean, Keenan Allen even said it himself, when Bears started training camp, that when it comes to the preseason games, they were asking him about the value of preseason games. And he said the exact same thing. He said, there's nothing like in-game reps. So totally understandable, totally logical.
Yeah. So, talk to me about that offensive line. How did you like the way that they performed?
It looked pretty good. Obviously still Hall of Fame game, working out some kinks and stuff like that. But the one area, really want to pay attention to, especially with all the Nate Davis mystery once again, is, well, not mystery. We know a little bit more what's going on this time, but still it's just, another chink in the armor. But regardless, really want to concentrate on that guard center kind of tandem right now. Obviously tackles are a little bit more fleshed out. I thought they could have showed a little bit more power. I do like, though, how they were creating holes for like Khalil Herbert on the 19-yard run. Overall, pretty good. I would have liked to see a little bit more push up front, but again, Hall of Fame game, good to go. At the end of the day, I would say probably like a B for doing a report card, or B-, but we'll go that way.
I was going to give him a B- too. Yeah. I didn't see a lot of push, as much push as I wanted. They had holes.
Right.
They created some seams, but I wanted to see, there's a mentality that I wanted to see. I didn't see it very much. All right. I think there's a way to play this game, where you can be good, but you won't necessarily be a dog. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I need from our offensive line, is they need to be dogs. They need to be good, but they need to be dogs. And I want that killer mentality, the Tevin Jenkins, the Darnell Wright mentality, the Kyle Long mentality of playing. And I don't see it yet. And that bugs me.
Well, especially when sorry, go ahead. I thought you were transitioning. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it just bugs me, because that's what you want as a running back, to run behind. That's what you want as a quarterback, that that this is the type of mentality they're going to have when they're blocking for you. And and I don't know if you can get it. I don't know. I don't know if you can get it. Maybe you could turn it up a notch, but hopefully it's infectious, because I would love to see a lot more of that nasty attitude. And you're fighting for a spot. These starters didn't play. You're fighting for a spot. They better have some film on you. Like, oh, did you see what he did? As a coach, I'd rather say, look, okay, don't put him in the third row. Just take him to the sideline. I'd rather dial you back than have to than amp you up. And I didn't see anyone being dialed back because they were going too crazy.
Yeah, and especially whenever you're trying to chase the Lions, they're the division dogs right now. They're top of the crop, right? And I mean, their offensive line is what sets their offense up. Don't get me wrong, Jared Goff is good. Amon-Ra is great, but that offensive line sets the tone for that offense and allows them to do what they can do. So, right there with you, man. Gotta increase the intensity and definitely get that push going.
King Booker World is a damn fool.
I mean, it's so wild though, right? Him and Nate Hackett. I mean, my goodness, man. Like, it's just, when you take these certain coaches out of their element, the things that make them great, it's wild just to see how they can crumble so quickly. It's insane.
So those of you who are going to listen to it on audio, it says Rodgers, quarterback coach. What the hell did Getsy coach for Rodgers? He was his personal joint roller.
Rodgers couldn't just go out and buy one of the auto ones. Dang, I could see Aaron Rodgers kind of guy who probably would have his personal joint roller.
Yes, he would, and he has to be on a premises. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
You got me 1.5s. What? I said 1.25.
Oh man, but so I liked it. Talk to me about Roschon Johnson. I'll give you my thought on him too, but give me your thoughts on Roschon Johnson yesterday.
Yeah, looked good. I see some people wondering, like, hey, him getting the nod over Khalil to start the game and then coming back in after Khalil, his first drive. I've seen a lot of people talking about that, and I really don't think it's that big of a deal. Sure, it's notable that he was the first back on the field, but the Bears are going to be rotating all year long. I mean, that's just obvious. So not really too concerned about that, or not. I don't really think that's too much of a read into things. But yeah, overall, look good, man. Showed that power and that vision. And I would like to see him catch the ball a little bit more. Obviously, he didn't have that many snaps, but I love watching what he can do as a receiver. So, but overall, thought he was good. And I don't think him getting the nod over Khalil's a big deal.
Yeah, I don't either. And so twice today we're on different sides of the fence. I was pissed. At him. Oh. I didn't like his vision. Okay. Especially on that run to the left side. No, it was a screen. It was a screen to the left side. And if you're looking up and you see the pursuit, you got to cut back. You cut back, and there's a lot more yards to get to the field, and that really bothered me. It just bugged me. I don't see him using the field. I don't see the vision that like a Khalil Herbert. Like, I understand but if you're a power back and people are expecting you to run them over, and you're able to cut back on them, man, one, it saves wear and tear in your body, but two, they're already out of the play because they're expecting contact. They're putting their head down, might even be closing their eyes, and you're able to cut back sharply on them. That's something he's got. That I hope the running back coach really they take him to task in the film room. Say, hey, look, why didn't you cut back here? All right, you had nobody here. The guy who's trailing, he's way over. He's not going to make that play. I need you to do that. That's got to be taught to him. And as a rookie, I would have given him a little more slack. But now he's your second-year player. So I was a little pissy with him. And to me, it seems like he runs to contact.
Yeah.
It seems like he's got good speed. Like, don't run to contact. It's going to happen. It's the NFL, Papa. It's going to happen. Don't worry. All right. Save your gun. Save your bullets, because you're going to be your career is going to be short. So that's the one thing that he's got to be a little choosier. Like, I don't definitely if it's 3rd and 1, we ain't trying to out finesse anybody. I need you to put your head down and get that 1 yard. But like yesterday, there were times where he could have got more, just cutting back and just a little better, and he's got to do a better job of that. But I still love his hard nosed approach. Don't get me wrong, I like that. But he's just got to see things better, and for self preservation. Remember who was the guy? Who was the Marion Barber? That dude, his career was like, it was, it was like 5 years, 6. I mean, it was quick. So, but I do still like Roschon Johnson. Don't get me wrong. I was just mad at the way he played, and that goes back to his coaching, because you see, coaching matters. You got to go back and say, hey, listen, dude, 100%. Don't look for that hit. It's going to be there. We need yards. All right, hurt people with yards, not with trying to run them over. So, but anyway, so the offense, and then the wide receivers. Let's talk about how do you think, OG Colin Johnson yesterday, man. I was like, when he dropped that first pass, I'm like, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. Because the dude kind of, when they mess with your eyes, when they flash your hand in front of it, it screws you up. But you do drills for that. And he dropped it. It was a perfectly placed ball. After that, he kind of snapped.
Yeah, and he even made the first special teams tackle for the Bears on the opening kickoff, and that was pretty cool, I thought. But yeah, man, I mean, people, your detractors, your haters, they're going to say on the touchdown catch, oh, well, the Texans defender slipped. Yeah, he better have caught that. Well, you got the sideline catch as your complete comeback or your absolute proof that the dude
was fighting too. That DB was fighting, trying to knock that ball out.
Yeah, that's a true wide receiver one. Now, let me say I'm not saying Colin Johnson's a wide receiver one by any means, but I'm just saying that is a true wide receiver one play. That is a big boy play that he made. So the potential is obviously there. And then obviously he can play teams, so that helps. And then just the heart, though. I mean, I don't know if y'all have heard this yet, probably, but either way, I just love how, they talked about how the special teams coach kept wanting to dial him back as he was making the big plays, because obviously he's got a lot of momentum going, don't want to, get him hurt if they can avoid it. And he still wanted to play, and he still went out there and played. He was still playing special team snaps and going out there on offense and stuff. So, he said he wanted to give all the glory to God because, he's been through a lot up to this stage in his career in terms of injuries and trying to, fight for roster spots. So, I mean, that's as good as a start outside of the drop that you can get to your preseason games, and absolutely pulling for the kid, and especially in a crowded receiver room, because I mean, 4 of the however many they keep are pretty much already established. 5 if you want to throw in Velus Jones Jr., which he should be fine. But yeah, I mean, it's a crowded room with a lot of talent, so it's going to be tough to crack, but absolutely love to see it.
And they mentioned it yesterday, and you also got to remember as well, guys, is that he's not just auditioning for the Bears. All right, that tape that he put out there yesterday, other teams are going to say, "Hey, you know what? Let's take a flyer on him." The Bears don't have any, and other teams know what we got. Other teams know what we got. They know we got DJ. They know we got Keenan. They know we got Rome. They know we got Tyler Scott. All right, our top 5. Like, okay, yeah, they might not have room for him. If they put him on a practice squad, we're going to snatch him up. And if someone snatches him up, you got to go on the active roster. So I'm pulling for that kid as well. I'm really pulling for that kid as well. I think he did his ability to go get it. Like I said, that DB wasn't just one of those we've seen where guys just jump over DBs, and DBs are like, "Oh, what's going on? I didn't see it. It happens. I was turned around." No, that DB was fighting. He was fighting, trying to rip that ball out. And I was like, man, that's like you said, that was a wide receiver one catch. That was a big boy catch that he made on the sideline. And that, to me, that opened my eyes. Like, oh, snap. Okay. So now he's got to build on. He's got 3 more preseason games. Give me a couple more catches. I'm not worried about the touchdowns. Just give me some good catches. Give me, settle down in the zone in a soft spot. If they're in zone, and that I want to see, because that's going to be a tough decision. Like Velus Jones, we can get another receiver, turner back. We can use Khalil Herbert back there at the kickoffs. We don't really need you. We got Tyler Scott. We don't really need you, Velus Jones. So, or maybe they keep 6 because Torrey Taylor's not a roster spot.
That's wild. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. I like how that developed. I was brushing up a little bit before coming on, and I was like, oh yeah, I completely forgot that they got him on IPP now. That's gonna come in handy over the next couple weeks.
Big time, Ryan Poles, you sneaky son of a gun.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to your point about not worried about the touchdowns, worried about the little thing. That's what I look for during the preseason, or situational things, like how do they do on 3rd down, how do they do in 4th down, in the red zone, so on and so forth. Obviously the Bears 1 for 1 in the red zone yesterday when they got into the 3rd quarter, got that 3rd and 5 and scored the 9-yard touchdown, and then. Defense could have been better, 2 of 3, obviously. But, when you look at 3rd down, the Bears overall finished 2 of 8 on defense, which is great, obviously. I think the Texans started off like 2 of 4 or something like that, and then it was 4 straight 3-and-outs. And what they got into it, what happened too was they played the kind of defense they want to play. They got them into 3rd and long on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 of those instances were a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 16, and a 3rd and 26, and that 3rd and 26 was the sack fumble, right? So that's the kind of stuff you want to kind of check out. Obviously, you don't like them allowing the You don't like the defensive hold on the 3rd and 4 that gave them the first down. You don't like allowing the 10-yard run on 3rd and 1. But man, outside, that's the kind of stuff I look for. And I thought in terms of defense, the Bears, and we've talked about it here so many times, is the defense that Eberflus runs. Yeah, it might not be, what most defenses are ran in today's NFL. It's a little bit more basic. And I say that respectfully. I don't mean that in a bad way. But when they run it the way they want to run it, it gets stuff done. Sorry, I almost cursed. But it gets stuff done at the end of the day.
It does get shit done. It's okay.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So yeah, and that's how you can beat today's top offenses. It's just harder to do it in today's NFL. But yeah, so love to see that from the Bears last night.
I'm again differ with you a little bit. Like, these guys are fighting for spots, and the way that they held on after that first two drives, I was like, shit, man, this is gonna be okay. Preseason, man, they to use a term from Mike Krzyzewski's Duke Blue Devils, they turned the screws defensively. I was like, whoa. They're coming up. You saw the ball on the flat. And before that ball was even in there, you saw a defender coming in the picture before the receiver even got the ball. Boom, hit, snap right there. No yak. I was like, okay, good. I think, and this is a whole bunch of guys who were just put together this year. I like the way that they played. I like the way, because you're not used to playing with this guy. He's from Texas. You're from Oklahoma. This guy's from New England. This guy's from Florida. You know what I mean? And they're coming together. I thought after those first 2 series, they played well. And I know Barry Lisa talked about the linebackers, and they didn't do well. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that, but they did. But when it came down to it, except for the touchdown, their first touchdown where he slipped, I think it was okay. I think I give that the squad a B. Because you don't just go and just, because you're equally yoked. You're fighting guys who are playing guys who are fighting for spots just like you are, and learn a new offense and all this other stuff, and you stop them. What do you say? 4 times, 4 3-and-outs, 4 consecutive.
Yeah. After, let's see, they had 3 consecutive. 4 consecutive after their 5 consecutive after their last 3rd down. Yeah, they converted a 3rd and 7, the 15-yard pass to Agumbawale, and then after that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight. Yeah, and third downs.
They bucked up, and I guarantee the coach had a little something to say about it at halftime.
Oh yeah, 100%. Man. Mm-hmm.
So I like it. I like it. I'm looking forward to these. The last few spots on the roster. That's gonna be a dogfight for some of those guys, and some of those guys might get scooped up off the practice squad because you're gonna want to store some. It was a good day. All right, to borrow the words of the poet laureate Ice Cube, today was a good day. Yesterday was a good day, and I liked it. Now we need to build on it. What they did that I really liked. They took advantage of the fact that you're not going to get all those plays now. All right, next week, the next probably 2 games. All right, the starters are going to play. All right, the starters are going to get their reps. So they're taking reps away from you. So you showed out when you had to. Now you're on the radar, of course. Like, oh snap, okay. And then so I love the way that those guys who took advantage of it did, because man, NFL means not for long, man. It could be a month for some of these guys. Most of these guys are going to be on practice squads or back at Home Depot. And I just like the way many of those guys took advantage of it, like Colin Johnson and Brett Ripien. All right, and Tyson Bagent doing that, but Brett Ripien and some of the other guys. Talk to me about the defensive line, though. Were you okay with it? Were you happy with it? Were you Give me your thoughts on the D line.
Yeah, I thought they could have been a little bit more active. I definitely think they could have impacted the game a lot more. Obviously, thought changed there as they got closer to the end of the first half, and then obviously into the 3rd quarter. But yeah, I just didn't think the ends got a ton of rush at the end of the day. I mean, obviously they did on the sack, but yeah, I thought they could have been a little bit more active up front. I thought the secondary also could have been a little bit more physical ultimately. And I know, they're mostly a zone defense. They're not going to get their hands on guys a lot of times. I know they're trying to incorporate more man. But at the end of the day, I thought the defensive line definitely could have played a little bit better.
Me too. I was telling my was it Steve? I was telling my producer. I was like, I wanted to see somebody who was I telling somebody that's not? I want to see somebody just destroy their guy. Like, I don't need to be playing against second team player. You know what I mean? I wanted to see somebody to say, okay, boom, I could see him in the rotation. I wanted to see that. Dominic Robinson, okay, Austin Booker. I know you're a rookie, but still other rookies have shined.
And he's got talent too. He's got
talent. Yeah, he does. But and I didn't see it. I was like,
yeah, they had zero quarterback hits in the first half. You know, that's not ideal.
Yeah, no, not good. So now I'd love to see what Coach Washington's going to say to these guys, you know, back in practice. You know, it's, you know, you got to get to the quarterback. We need to win. And if you want to play, like you're playing against second teamers. If you think you're going to get in a rotation, I'm going to put you in a rotation against all pros. You're crazy. You're crazy as hell. So I need a better effort from you guys. I need someone to stand out on film. And I hope he says it to them just like that. And the message comes across loud and clear because they need help. They need help. So next game was a Saturday in Buffalo, or a week from Saturday, I should say, not Saturday. A week from Saturdays in Buffalo. I need to see some of these guys, these second teamers. I need to see somebody some messing some stuff up. I need to see some disruption. All right, the kid from Cromwell, the guy that they signed, it was a big time sacker out of the not Stephen F. Austin. Where did he come from, Cromwell?
James Madison.
Yes, James Madison. I need to see some fire out of you. I need to see getting a quarterback off the spot. All right, the kid out of Illinois. I need to see the quarterback move. I need to see avoid you. I didn't see that. That's what I want to see. If they can do that, we get like those are my two guys. If those two guys in, I'll be happy. But man, I just was not happy with their disruption. They were not disruptive enough, and to me that was a problem.
Yeah, and you know, out like you were just talking about taking advantage of opportunity. There's plenty of opportunity. You know, obviously the Bears starters are pretty much set, but behind the defensive line, you know, outside of Zach Pickens, it's wide open. I mean, Dominic Robinson obviously has been flashed a little bit over the last few years, but he's still not like an absolute lock to win any kind of backup job. So Jacob Martin's got experience, but yeah, I mean, none of these guys are solidified. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunity. Somebody's just got to step up and take it. And hopefully that happens next week.
Cool. Well, they're going to be playing next week. The starters are going to be playing. The backups won't have as many reps, and I'm looking forward to the starters playing. Even if I say a quarter, but you know, there's ways to mitigate him not getting hit. But who knows? It's not my choice. But we'll see that. We'll see how they what they decide. Evan, great stuff as always, my man. I appreciate it. Do me a favor though. Let everyone know where they can find you and your work.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it, at Evan_ATOZ. So that's A2Z. And then you can find us A2Zsports.com. We're ended our hiring cycle for the year, and we've made a lot of awesome additions, and we're breaking into college football this year. So definitely check us out. You'll be glad you did.
Good stuff, buddy. I appreciate the time as always, man. Thank you.
As always, take it easy. We'll talk soon.
All right, buddy. Guys, that's Evan Winter from A2Z Sports. Talking Bears football with me, and give me your thoughts. You know, okay, 90. Who's 93? You guys are awesome. Great viewpoints. Yeah, who's 93? He had a couple of plays where he was in the backfield looking a little disruptive, but it wasn't on a consistent basis, and that's what I want. I want on a consistent basis where, and maybe it's just my mentality. Maybe I'm just a jerk. I don't know. Maybe my expectations are unrealistic. Excuse me. But going in, I want these guys with an attitude that no one can block me. I want them with that attitude that no one can block me. And attitude, you know where you get that confidence from? From practice. You get that from practice. All right, where you start, and it doesn't matter who you have against. Like you watch certain players, and it can be football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer. And when they come in, they can be young, and there's no fear. There's no fear. They'll go up to the best player on the team. Now, they might get embarrassed. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? That player that embarrassed them, they'll be laughing and talking shit, but behind closed doors, you'll be like, damn, dude, that dude, he manned up to me. Or he came right at me down the lane. Or he tried to, he thought he was going to move me out of the, block me off to the sideline or out to the hash mark. You know what I mean? Like there's respect. Just because they're shit talking doesn't mean there's not respect. Game recognizes game. And I needed to see, and I want to see, and I didn't see it yesterday. It doesn't mean the whole preseason's lost. There's no one can help, and it's no. And I don't want you to think that I'm like, oh, Chicken Little, the sky's fall. Like I'm not saying that at all. It's okay that they didn't do that. Why? Because now Coach Washington can get them in film and say, here's what I need you to do. Haven't I been telling you this? Didn't I tell you this? You didn't do this when we talked. You didn't do this. You didn't do this. Here's where you did this. You got some pressure. Now you learn. Now you learn. And now it says, hey, listen, now that you got your first film study, unfortunately, you're getting less reps because the starters are going to be playing. So who takes what feedback is given by Coach Washington? I'm just talking D-line right now. Who takes what feedback is given from Coach Washington and implements it in the reduced amount of snaps you're going to get next week and the following week? Because you'll probably have a lot of snaps the last game. So I don't want you to think I'm Chicken Little, sky is falling. And I'm not that at all. I just wanted someone to stand out game one. Like I wanted someone to say, this is game one, watch. I'm going to put everybody I noticed from jump. I didn't see that. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that someone can't do it in game two. Doesn't mean someone can't do it in game three or the last preseason game. Doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean that someone can't get to that point, make the squad, and then do it in week 3. You know what I mean? So I just would have liked to see. Like, oh, there's that dude again. Mama, there go that man again. Some dude just kept getting pressure, and had it in his mind that you're not going to block me. So hopefully they review the film as they, talk to Coach Washington, as they talk to their peers. Okay. If they get a more like that the mentality, that is what I want. And I think you can get there. So we'll see. We will see. But it's let's see. Do they have a sack? Let me look at the box score because they'll tell me in the and I should have put that in the no. That's because it wouldn't have fit. It wouldn't fit in the box score in the top of the morning segment. There we go. Sacks. No. Or maybe that was them for the sack. All right, now I got to go look over here. Yeah, I'm trying to see if he had the sack because you guys are talking about There. We'll look at players. Chicago defense. Brian Cowart had 1 sack. The team had 1 sack. Brian Cowart. 1 sack for 3 yards. Okay. Yeah. Not Brian. Byron. Excuse me. Yes, barely some. My mistake. Yeah. Byron Cowart. He had the 1 sack. Okay. I want more. All right. I want them to play. I talked about it on Wednesday. There has to be an insatiable appetite. You're on defense. It could happen on offense. You see Tevinjenkins. We've seen Kyle Long. But on defense, there has to be an insatiable appetite to get to the quarterback. There has to be. And I look at some of these players from the past and you watch them And there are a couple who went in the Hall of Fame yesterday, or who are at the game. They get enshrined tomorrow. Dwight Freeney, Steve McMichael, Julius Peppers. You know, you get some of these guys that they're just relentless in their pursuit of the quarterback. And the violence with which they play is a thing of beauty. The violence is a thing of beauty. And I don't see that from these guys. Because, listen, you give me a guy with a motor. Yes, Patrick Willis as well. Thank you, Brian. You give me a guy with a motor, I'll take that over a guy who's skilled any day. I don't want to have to ramp you up. I can teach you skills. I can teach you a rip move. I can teach you a comeback. I can teach you a counter. I can teach you a swim. I can teach you all these things. I can teach you push-pull. That I can teach you. I can't teach you. I can't teach your heart. I can't teach your effort. I can't teach your desire. I can't. And I didn't see it as much as I wanted to. And some could have been nervous. You could have been nervous at your first game in the NFL, or maybe you're on your last leg. There's a whole bunch of reasons. Okay, I'll be willing to give that to you. I better see some different shit on a week from Saturday. In 8 days, I better see some different shit. I better see a different mentality. I better see a different mindset. I better see a different motor. Go, if it's electric, go plug that sucker in. Till next Saturday. I want to see some guys. I don't see him foaming at the mouth to get to the quarterback. I don't. That's a problem for me. Coach Washington's got to say, hey, I need that dog. That dog in you's got to come out every play. I mean, we remember guys that we had to block. John Randall. Remember John Randall? He was only like 6. But Jesus Christ, trying to stop that son of a gun? It wasn't because of his great technique and pass moves and all. He just wouldn't freaking stop. He wouldn't stop. I need that from these guys. I need it. This team needs it. We talked about I have to reel you back in, like, all right, slow down. As opposed to, come on, man, get your ass to the quarterback. So here's where coaching matters. Coach Washington, you've been given a job. Get these guys hungrier. Get these guys playing with no fear. When the guy's fighting for jobs that may be with other teams or with the Bears, the drive and passion needs to be full send. Yes. Yes. End of story. You see it on tape. You see it live if you're there. You're like, oh, damn. How many times have we had a joker that we couldn't block? Like, oh, my God. Man, quarterback he might not have made a sack and got recorded a sack, but the quarterback got moved off his spot. He had to step up and climb the pocket, roll to his right, roll to his left because someone was there, because this guy is constantly getting in his face, getting pressure. That's what I want. I'm not asking you for sacks. I never said I want sacks. You didn't hear me say it. You didn't hear me say I want these guys to have more sacks next game, did you? No. I want them more disruptive. I want them moving the quarterback off the spot. I want them in his face so he can't see. Now I gotta tuck the ball and run to my left. Oh shoot, I can't run to my left because there's another guy. I'm gonna go to my right. Oh damn, I can't. There's another guy on my right. I'm asking to be disruptive. That's what I want. I want them to be violent. and have the linebackers clean up all the mess. If it's a run, our secondary played well. When I was talking to Evan, I said, "Hey, I was watching. And I was like, these guys are hitting. That secondary was hitting. I think they've set a standard for themselves. That secondary. I believe they've set a standard for themselves, and I love it. Because after those first 2 drives, which they scored, you heard me tell them they were in the picture frame before the receiver caught the ball. If it was a pass to the flat, ball's in the air, here comes the defender. Here comes the defender. So, yeah, secondary played well. I wish they would have started the game better, but I'm more than happy with the way they finished. More than happy. Now be consistent. That's it. Now just be consistent. And you make it so difficult for GM Ryan Poles and Coach Eberflus to cut you. You make it so difficult for them. Make sure they have to stay up nights thinking, man, I don't want to let this guy go. I don't want to let this guy go. He's a contributor. I don't want to let this guy go because he's good. Because if he gets an opportunity with another team, he's going to shine. And I want him to shine here. This is what they have. This is what they need to do. Offensive lineman, the same thing. Bruja 7, it doesn't matter who's fighting. Offensive, defensive player, offensive line, running back, like Roshan Johnson. Like I want you to have, but I need your vision improved. I don't know if you can do that in one season, but I had very good vision, and I can see when guys have good vision and when guys don't. Stop being a battering ram when you don't have to be a battering ram. When you have to be one, be one. But if you don't have to, don't. You save the wear and tear on your body. Think about it. The wear and tear. Instead of having big 6 or 8, 10 big hits, maybe you're only down to 4 in that game. Let me tell you, those suckers add up. Those add up. And I'm speaking from experience. And I used to cut whenever I had defensive end. I used to cut them, and they hated it. Oh, they hated it. But I was like, man, I'm saving my body. I'm not going head up and fighting and this and that. If you're coming too fast, you're getting cut. Once guys get cut, like usually after the first time, but definitely after the second time, if they get cut a second time. Now I can fight with you. Now I'm not colliding with you. I'm saving my body. I was excited for yesterday. I was excited. Tons of Chicago represented. I heard that on a couple of different reports. Chicago represented. A lot of people out there drove down I-80, right, into Ohio. Anxious. I don't know if Eberflus called the defense later in the game. I wonder if he gave that to Coach Washington, or if just to get in the rhythm of it. Because I'll tell you what, after that second series where they scored twice, remember they said in the first 4 series there are 3 scores. That defense turned it up a notch. And if you saw, which I thought was great, Caleb's out there cheering his guys. And he doesn't have to. He could just be in the sideline, clap when, but he's into it. And that's good. That's a leader. All right, that's a leader. And word will get back to the quarterback that he was cheering like a fool. All right. He doesn't have to be. He's a starter. But as a team first guy, he understands that my teammates need to know that I'm there for them like they are for me. When they're having success, I'm right there. When I'm having success, they're right there. This team is coming around nicely. Really, it's shaping up really, really nice. This team. All right. Obviously Caleb, his connection with Roma Dunze, hopefully his new connection with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and Cole Kmet and Joel Everett, DeAndre Swift. But I like what they're doing. And to me, the biggest issue is that line. Settle on the center and the right guard position. Settle on it and go with it. Settle on it and go with it. Because that's screwing us up. That's stopping our first offensive line from getting all the reps possible they can as a unit. That's what that's doing. It's stopping that. So the Bears need to make a decision on Nate. Are you just being a veteran who doesn't want to go to training camp? Because believe me, that's a thing. That is a thing. A lot of veterans show up out of shape and they figure they'll get in shape during training camp. Some don't even want to go to training camp. I get it. You think I liked summer camp? We had a meet up at Holy Cross 2 weeks before the rest of the students got there. Think I like doing Kings Island? So for those of you who don't know, most of you probably don't. Kings Island is an amusement park in Ohio. My college coach, Coach Duffner, love him, respect him immensely. He's with the Dolphins now. He's one of the linebacker coach, I want to say. But I agree. I digress. Not I agree. Coach Duffner, first of all, he's one of my favorite. I've been very blessed to have some great coaches. And I want to say, before, you know what? I almost forgot. I want to say a big shout out, I want to extend condolences from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, me personally, to the Schaller family on the loss of Coach Schaller, their dad. He's just a tough son of a gun from a different time, an older time. He passed away. What's today? Yesterday morning, and just thoughts and prayers go out. And he was that dude, man. He was the no frills guy. Again, thoughts and prayers go out to Mr. Schaller and the Schaller family from Sports Zone Chicago. But Coach Duffner was and I lost where I was going to go with Coach Duffner. That's why I don't play football. Oh, man. But let's see. The one thing that we talked about, Steve and I were talking about earlier, we were talking about the picks, the draft picks and the trades. And like the one that got away, which could really, really help us, not Nate Davis. It is, oh my goodness, I can't think of the guys. The kid from Iowa. Oh, goodness. The kid from Iowa that we let go in free agency. The kid who manhandled Aaron Donald as a rookie when he was a rookie. Daniels. What's his name? Not Lloyd Daniels. That was a basketball player. James Daniels. Is it James Daniels? Daniels, the kid from Iowa. And I know he wanted some money and everything. But look, we gave money. We gave money to Nate Davis, and where's that dude? Where's that guy? If you put Daniels at left guard, where she played, Move Tevin to right guard. You know where I'm going with this. Donald Wright on the right tackle. Braxton Jones, the left tackle. Bates, the center. Come on, man. Come on. James Daniels is his name, but yeah. Come on. That was one of the only one of the miscues of not bringing him, not re-signing James Daniels. Because he's good. He's good. You have to fortify the offensive line. I think he tried to. He didn't do it on the cheap because he's paying Daniels 3 for $30. 10 years. 10 mil. We just got to make sure that O-line is shored up. Make sure they're ready. Yeah, Kez, thanks. Yeah, Nate, Daniel Jones, or James Daniels. What did I say? Daniel Jones. James Daniels. Oh boy, heard they're going to give out the Nate Jersey Award at the end of the game, but the game was suspended. Awards goes to the person in the stadium with the cleanest jersey. You've been on fire this week, King Booker World. You've been on fire, man. But now next week is good. I mean, we got to wait till Saturday, but that's fine. Now we get to see the starters. Who's excited about that beside me? All right. Who's excited to see the starters next Saturday? I am. Whew, I am. And I hope that they go the route that I suggested. Caleb throwing the ball, not very much. Just getting the feel of the game, the NFL game. Handing it off, give me some curls, give me some hitches, give me some slants, all those things. 1, 2, 3, throw. Literally, that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, drop, throw. See if that style can take him down the field, up and down the field. It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. Anyone else that you saw that you liked yesterday? Put here in the chat, and we'll talk about them. Because I shouldn't say no one blew me away. I think Brett Ripien did a hell of a job yesterday. And I think he secured his spot as one of the 2 backups on this squad. The Reed kid from Western Kentucky, is it? I don't think he's got a shot. So, yeah, those quarterbacks I like. He said, King Booker World, what did you call Nate Davis the other day? King Booker was a plank. I called him Blue Tent. Nate Blue Tent Davis. Oh, man. Hicks, DB, he had a nice game as well. I did see that. Yes. Yes. Hicks had a good game as well. That was nice to see. What's the Mr. Simone Biles? He should be back tomorrow, or he should be back sometime today, practicing tomorrow. See him get in the mix. All right, get some of that popping going. So anyway, all in all, happy Bears football is back. Happy that football is back. If you have the NFL Network, man, you can check all the preseason games you want. They're played at night. Let's do it. Listen, 2 hours is come and gone. Oh my God, I want to thank my guests. All right, Emilio Bucks from the Plunked podcast, talking White Sox, Chicago baseball, and then we broke it into a little bit of the Olympic talk. So I want to thank my man Emilio Bucks for coming on doing that. And then Evan Winter from A to Z Sports came on talking Bears with your guy. Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. So listen, for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, Elliot Baez, our executive producer, Clarence Council, our social media guide, and Maya Kai, my co-host in absentia. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Guys, have a phenomenal day. Have a phenomenal weekend. Okay, the weekend is here, baby. All right, do something fun. Do something with your family, friends, loved ones. Even if you just get together, watch a movie or grab a bite, something. Do something with your family and your friends and or your loved ones. All right. Keep making memories because soon that's all you're going to have from these people. All right. So I got to get out of here. I got to go pick up the warden. She went to CrossFit and got to scoop her up. All right, folks. For everyone here, sports owners, I appreciate the love and the support. So from here on, guys, have a phenomenal weekend. It's going to be fun. I have a couple things to do this weekend, so looking forward to it myself. So again, for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal weekend. Jeremiah, good morning, Papa. Armandito, Dito, good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it. So for everyone here, your boy is out.